Welcome to the Setting Up for Success class. We are so excited that you're here today. We are going to be talking about the expectations that the school has and how you can meet those expectations. How can you make UTVA work for you and your home and your family this year? We are going to go over the expectations that the school has for each one of our students in a little bit more detail with some tips and tricks during this class. So we're going to talk about ACE again, attend, communicate, and engage. So attend all your classes every day on time, ready to learn, giving school your full attention. Communicate, make sure that when you're in class, you are participating, your camera ready if that's the expectation for your class, that you're responding in chat, and that you are checking your email regularly and making sure you respond if a response is needed. And engage. Make sure that you are involved. Make school your most important daily task. Be submitting your lessons and assignments on time and discussing with your learning coach what you're learning. Now, we're going to talk about all of these in more detail, like I said. But now I want you to think about what you expect from yourself. On the next slide, I want you to tell me what you want to see yourself do this year. What is your goal for yourself in school this year?
If you are doing this class from the recording or in a live session where you're watching the recording, please put your answer in the chat or write it down. Take a minute to write it down if you are not doing this in Nearpod and able to fill this out. So what is your goal for yourself this school year?
Attend. So what does this mean? This means that you are signing into your student account each day, like walking through the front doors of school. That lets us know that you're here. And then be in your live classes every day, including any small groups that you have or any supports your mentors or homeroom teachers are offering. These are the best ways that we can help you and support you. By having you in those live classes, we can know what's going on and give you support right then. And then access each of your courses daily. Make sure that you're clicking on that class, seeing what is due, making sure that you know exactly what is going on. You will always be able to find your schedule so that you know what you need to be attending from your student account. You can see this from a daily or a weekly view. I've selected the weekly view here. That's what you're seeing on your screen. And so you can see every class that you've got each day listed up there at the top and then the assignments down below. I recommend printing this off or writing it down, putting it in your phone, whatever works for you, so that you know exactly what you have coming up. And then you'll just click on the live link for each one of these classes. The way that it's listed, that's a live link, and it'll take you into the Class Connect session. Make school your first priority. When you are planning your week or your month, make sure that you think about your live Class Connect sessions first and that you have a way to keep track of them. So we just went over how you access that on the computer, talked about printing that off, but a lot of people like to have another method to keep track of that. So find something that works for you. If that works well to print that off and put it on your fridge, do that. If you like having a paper planner to write everything down, do that. Some families like having a big whiteboard or a big calendar that they fill out. Some people like to set reminders on their phone, use the calendar on their phone or their tablet. Whatever works for you, please plan on doing that, but have a method that works for you and take a little bit of time to plan each week with your learning coach.
Take a minute to make a plan. Write it down. What is your plan to make sure that you are always in class?
We have talked a little bit about your live Class Connect sessions, but that is not where you will spend all of your time. It is your first priority, and then you need to be working on your homework. But that may not take up your full 5.5 hours of school per day. Every one of us has different interests and different ways that we learn, and all of those things can be part of your education. I want you to think about the things that you are interested in, the things that you've always wanted to learn. Maybe you love to read. Maybe you ice skate or you're involved in football or soccer or basketball or some kind of other sport. Maybe you're learning how to play the piano or the guitar, or you've always been interested in one of these things. Maybe you love to cook or to help at the grocery store. All of these things can count towards your education. There's so much to be learned. Your physical activities can count towards PE, your free time reading, whatever you're reading right now. All of that can count. So think about the things that you want to learn outside of the classroom as well, and include those into your plan. Talk to your learning coach and include that in what you want to do this week, what you want to learn this year, and make it a plan.
You can do this in the chat box. Share with us one thing you've always wanted to learn that's maybe outside of the regular school curriculum, that's maybe not math or science, or maybe it is one of those things. But share with us one thing that you've always wanted to learn.
Being engaged in school is so much more than just attending. It's coming ready to learn and participating. It's making sure that you've turned off the things that are distracting. So don't have the TV on in the same room that you're learning in. Maybe put your phone away if you have a phone. Um, don't open other browsers and things that may be distracting while you are in class. And then make sure you're asking questions, you're responding to your teachers so that you really are getting the support that you need to learn and to help your classmates learn. You can have a lot of fun in class by interacting with your classmates when it's appropriate, but you've got to be there and engaged to be able to get that benefit. And then make sure that you are completing lessons every day or turning in your work consistently and completing any other assigned programs that you've been asked to do. Let's talk about the details of how you engage with the online middle and high school. When you sign into your student account, you will see this view. We talked a little bit about this. You've got the live classes up at the top, and then you've got any assignments or quizzes, anything that's due down below. So you'll be able to see that for each day. And you'll also be able to see if there's a check mark next to those things if you have completed it or not. So it'll have a little empty circle if you haven't started it. It'll be partially filled if you have, and it'll be checked off if you haven't. So at the end of the day, you can come in and see what you've completed and what you haven't. And then these are live links. So you can click on the name of the assignment to be taken into that, or the name of the class to be taken into that class to work. The page we were just on is the My Schedule page. If you go down below that on the left-hand side, you can click on Classes, and you will be able to see every class that you are currently in. So it will have a little tile for each one. It will say which class it is, and then it will also have a grade in the right corner of that tile. So once we're a little further into school, you'll be able to get a good overview of where you're at for all of your classes on this one page. And then if you want to enter your class, you can just click on the tile with that class name and it will open it up. So you can see back behind this class's view, there's an English language arts class. So if I were to click on the tile for that, it would open up that page. And then if I want to get back here from any other page, I will always just click on that home icon in the left-hand corner. On this page, you can see an example of what one of your courses looks like. So if you click on a course, it will bring you into something like this. So this is an example of a math class. You can see up at the top there is a menu bar with class home, plan, content, progress, grades. So
click on each of those, play around with it, and get comfortable with it. And then there's the course content bar in the middle there. You'll be able to access materials and assignments from there, as well as the content bar above. And then down below, you'll see a plan. You'll see any class connects that you have, any assignments that are due, and be able to click on those from here. You'll also be able to see announcements from your teacher, anything that they post down below here.
Now that we have gone over how to access your live classes, how to see your schedule, and how to access your work, let's talk about setting up a plan with your learning coach of when you will check in on progress. It's helpful to have a specific time to do this so that you can ask for help, you can show them what you've learned, and it keeps you accountable. So pick something that works for you and your learning coach. After this class, I want you to talk to them about it. Maybe you do this every day. Maybe that works really well for you to have someone to check in with every day at 3 o'clock when you're done with all your work, and you'll go over what you've done, what you need to do tomorrow. Maybe you do this every Tuesday and Thursday, or maybe it works really well for you to plan on Sundays, see everything that's coming up, and then check in on Fridays and report progress. Whatever you do, just pick a time, try it out, have a plan, and do it with your learning coach.
Finally, let's talk about communicate. Get in the habit of checking your email each day. Your teacher or school staff may be sending important things, so make sure that you are in the habit of knowing what those things are every day. And then respond to communications from your teacher and your mentors. They're just reaching out to help. So please look for those, respond within a reasonable time, and we will try to do the same. Ask for help if you need it. If you do not ask, we do not always know if you need help or if you have something going on in your home. So please don't hesitate to reach out and tell us what's going on and what you need. Check school communications on our website. We also use the Flyer School app and social media. So if you want to stay up to date, you can use those things as well. And then communicate to your learning coaches and parents. Let them know what you're learning, what you're struggling with, what you need. Make sure that you are keeping that communication open and tell them about what you learned in school today. It will help you remember it. It will be fun for you to teach. So make sure that you are staying in communication with your learning coach. All right, we have talked a lot about the details of attend, communicate, and engage. Now I want to talk to you about some tips and tricks to make this work for you, to make school fun, to feel good while doing it. So we're going to talk a little bit about your brain. You can see in this picture that on the left-hand side, it says this is a brain after sitting quietly. This brain is not all lit up. It's not very active. On the right-hand side, you can see the brain after a 20-minute walk. It's super lit up. It's ready to make connections. It's very active. Getting up and moving is very important, not just for your health, but for your brain and for your ability to learn. You are doing online school. You're going to be at a computer a lot. So consider when you're going to get up and move. Consider what that does for your brain and how much more effective you will be at learning if you plan a little bit of time in to move. So we are going to try this out. We are going to get up and stimulate your brain. Get your body moving, get the blood flowing. We're just going to do 2 minutes of movement. So I'm going to set a timer and we're going to start with jumping jacks. So everybody stand up if you're able to. If you're not able to do these exact movements, do whatever you can. Okay, so we are going to start with jumping jacks, 30 seconds, and then we'll move into squat punches. All right, ready, set, go. All right, make sure that you are moving your arms and your legs. If you're not able to stand up, just move your arms or just move your legs. Whatever you can do, just make sure that you are moving. 30 seconds. We got 15 seconds more. All right, how are you feeling? Okay, 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna move into squat punches. For squat punches, you're gonna drop down and then just punch into the air. All right, ready? Squat punches. Okay, punch however you want. You can punch in front of you. You can punch up in the air. Just make sure you're not punching anybody or anything around you. Punch safely. All right, we got 10 more seconds here, and then we're moving into side bends. All right, 5 more. All right, side bends. Just move side to side. You can do these as big or as little as you want. If this isn't a movement that you love, then add something else for 30 seconds. All right, we've got 10 more seconds here, and then we're moving into arm circles. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, arm circles. Last one, 30 more seconds. Get those arms moving. Put them out to your side. You can do little circles. You can switch to go backwards. You can do big circles. Switch it up. Whatever makes it interesting, whatever feels good for you. All right, we got 5 more seconds here, and we are done. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, perfect. Okay, thank you so much for getting up and moving with me. Exercise stimulates your brain. How do you feel? Do you feel any different? I know I feel a lot better. I get a little stir crazy sitting all day. So make sure that you are planning in time to move, even if it's just in little bursts in the day, or if you have a time that you want to plan for 30 minutes of exercise or movement, plan that in. But think about how your body feels, how much more active your brain is, and you'll be a lot better at being able to learn and feel more prepared. There are so many fun ways for you to plan movement into your day. So consider what you enjoy and plan that as a part of your school day. Movement is so important, and that is your keyword for the exit ticket today is move. So M-O-V-E, move is your word for the exit ticket today. Sometimes school or life can get a little bit stressful. So I want you to think about what you are going to do to manage stress this year. Have a plan. Here are a few ideas. Exercise or get up and move every day. What we just did, even for 2 minutes, can help to manage stress. Get outside in the sunshine and fresh air. You could try yoga. You can take slow, deep breaths. This is something you can do even in the middle of class if you're feeling a little bit stressed. For 1 minute, just take deep breaths, 4 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and it will help to lower your stress levels. Eat a healthy snack. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, and do something that makes you happy every day. Maybe it's listen to music, maybe it's talk to your friends. Think about the things that make you happy and help you feel less stressed, and plan for time for those. And then the final piece of advice I want to give is leave room for mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself, but keep trying. It's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if some of the things you're learning this year are harder than others, or if you don't always do perfectly. That is okay. Just do your best and keep trying, and don't be too hard on yourself if you aren't able to do everything perfectly every time. You can share in the chat one activity that you like to do to help reduce stress, or you can draw a picture on your own. Okay, we've talked a little bit about managing stress and moving your body. Let's talk a little bit about routine. Having a routine is really important. Even though you are in online school and you don't have to get up and get somewhere to go to school, it is very helpful for your mind and your body to know what to expect each day. So have a specific time for school and a specific time for other activities. Make sure that you eat breakfast before school or have a plan of when you can eat breakfast. Make sure that you're taking care of your body. Get up at the same time every day. This really helps your mind and your body. Go to bed at the same time every day. Did you know that most kids do not get as much sleep as their bodies and their minds need? So make sure that you plan on when you're going to bed, when you're getting up, so that you get enough sleep to be successful and to feel good. Walk away from your computer between classes. You don't have to sit here all day. It can really help if you plan some time to get away from your computer and to exercise. So plan that into your day. These things can help lower your stress levels. They can help you focus. They create structure so you know what to expect. Having a routine has been proven to show that people actually feel like they enjoy their lives better when they have routine, and it helps eliminate bad habits. Maybe you have a habit of staying up way too late reading your favorite books. I used to do that in high school. I was reading the Harry Potter books as they came out, and I would read them all night and then have to go to class and have a very hard time at concentrating. So that's a super bad habit for me. If I had a specific time that I always went to bed, that could have helped eliminate that. Or maybe you game. Make sure that you're planning a time for that and a time to get enough sleep and a time to do school. So routine helps with these things. Plan for breaks. This can be an important part of your routine. When you decide I'm going to do all of my live classes in the morning, then in the afternoon I'm going to do my work. Make sure that you schedule a time to take breaks, especially during that work time. Work for a little bit and then step away for 5 minutes and then come back. You'll find that this increases productivity, it increases creativity, it refreshes your mind, and it helps reduce stress and exhaustion and burnout. So you can try, there are lots of studies showing different ways. I really like setting a timer and working for 20 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break and then coming back. So try whatever you think will work for you, but make sure that you plan breaks into your day. The last thing I want you to consider as you prepare for school and think about how you're going to make this work for you is, what does your learning space look like? So I want you to check yourself on this one. You want to make sure that you're in a room with strong internet connection. If you've been having lots of problems connecting, then maybe consider talking to your learning coach about moving to a different space in your house. Minimize clutter and distractions. When my office is clean, I can concentrate so much better. Have a quiet and safe working space. Now, I know that this isn't always easy. Maybe you have other siblings at home doing UTVA, or you have younger brothers and sisters, other things going on. If you can't have a quiet space, then consider maybe ordering noise canceling headphones, or setting up a smart space, something that helps you not have as many distractions and makes it a little bit more functional for you. Have everything that you need close by. Grab a water bottle, pen and paper to take notes. Have that all ready to go when you sit down for school. Keep all of your materials in one spot so you always know where they are. Be comfortable. Know that it's okay to stand up and move in class if you need to every once in a while. Don't be distracting, but if you really need to stand up for a minute, that's okay. Find a chair that works well for you. Everybody's different. Some like an office chair. Some do better on a stool or a hard chair to help them concentrate. Some like sitting on a yoga ball. So find something that works for you. A few other tips to try. Some students listen better if they can do something with their hands. This is not every student, but some students do well if they have something to play with or can doodle. So if you're that student, you listen better, then maybe consider having something like that. Keep phones and remotes in a basket. Maybe check them into your parents before school. Once you're done with school or you're on a break, then you can check those back out so that they aren't distracting you while you're supposed to be learning. If you do school in the same room as a TV, maybe consider placing a sheet over that television when school starts and then removing it to show that school is over and it's an appropriate time to have that on. In the chat or on your own if you don't want to share this with everybody, rate yourself from 1 to 4 on how effective your learning environment is. 4 being very effective and 1 being not very effective. And this will just help you get an idea of if you will want to change a couple things or reach out and get some help um, on how you can make it a little bit better learning space in your home. On the last slide, you rated yourself on a scale from 1 to 4 of how effective you think your learning environment is. Now, if you didn't have as high of a score as you would have hoped, if you couldn't rate it as a 4, that's okay. We have lots of ideas of how you can improve that learning environment. So reach out to your teachers or talk to your learning coach about what you think may be distracting for you or what you think you could use to have a better learning environment. And let's make school be what you want it to be. We've talked about lots of ideas today, tips and tricks for having a great school year. But you are the one who decides overall how this goes. You and your learning coach, you work together with your teachers. We're a team. So consider what you want. Think about that goal you set at the beginning of this class and how you're going to accomplish it. And then make a plan of what you're going to do next week when you start your regular classes. We are so excited to watch you ace this school year.